Executives View, the sports podcast where the stakes are high and the debates are fierce. Please welcome your host, Aaron Sirius Simmons, alongside co-host Barry DeVille and Jordan. Each week, we bring you into the boardroom where the elite minds of sports converge. From the gridiron strategies to the business behind the ball, we tackle the hard-hitting questions and give you an insider's perspective. So pull up a chair and join us at the table where champions are made and legends are born. This is the Executives View. Let's get down to business.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Executive View. I'm your host, Aaron Sirius Simmons, and this is the view from on top, man. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here on a Tuesday night with the execs, and I do appreciate that. You guys know how I get down. If you see the show, share the show. We're all over the place, man. We on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok. We're doing big things in big places. I definitely want to take everybody along for the journey. I don't do this by myself, man. I got a slew of brothers that are sitting here ready to chop it up and talk about everything around the world of sports. The homie villains in the building. What's going on, my guy? How we doing, sir?
What's going on, fellas? Villains in the house. What's up? What's up?
Are you even focused today, man? The Bucks and Knicks are playing. Are you with us or not?
Dude, did you guys see Giannis take like 8 steps?
He took like 20 and a half, and then he called it.
Are you watching?
You don't do that.
Yeah,
nowadays.
did you? I mean, are you guys watching? Are you anybody watching the game? Like he literally came on a fast break, took one dribble, took 5 steps, and here we go. Like typical.
Breaking news is in the building. What's going on, Brian? How we doing, sir?
What's up, fellas? Good to be back with y'all. After a week hiatus, I'm ready to chop up some sports and talk about this crazy World Series that's about to come in.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one, man. I think I stayed up and watched all of Game 3, and I should have been writing the paper. But another conversation for another day. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Coach is in the building on time today. What in the world is going on? What's up, Coach? How we doing, sir?
I hate to bring the mood down a little bit, guys, but I know we usually save the serious stuff for the end of the show. But man, pray for Jamaica. Like I just talked to a friend of mine who got family back there, and just make sure he said everybody all right, stuff like that. So big ups, as they say down there on the island. Big ups to Jamaica. Pray for Jamaica. So just want to get that out the way before we get into other activities. So just want to
yes, sir. And
I literally had a friend that went down there and had to leave a day early so they didn't get stuck down there. So it's very serious down there.
Yeah, my uncle owns some stuff down there. I got family down there. So yeah, it hits very near and dear to me. But our resident hater, button pusher is in the building. Larry, what's going on, my guy? How we doing?
Hey man, every once in a while you gotta press that button. Hey, look. Hey, what you always tell me, man, we don't shy away from nothing, bro. So
we don't shy away from nothing. Stop smoke, man.
Hey, look, whether if it's pressing a button or pressing a nerve or getting on somebody's last nerve or whatever, it is what it is.
Yeah, man. Well, we got a lot to get to, man. The world of sports is in full swing. We had all sports represented on yesterday. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on right now. Game 4 is on the way in the World Series, man. To be honest with you, I've been pleasantly surprised. The Toronto Blue Jays are a game bunch. And right now they're up 2-1 going into the bottom of the third. Run this around the room real quick. We don't have to spend a lot of time on it, man. But Villain, talk to me, my guy. This World Series is living up to the billing, or are you just like ho hum? How you taking it, man?
No, I mean it's a very interesting series. I thought the Blue Jays can get a couple games from the Dodgers. They took game 1, and then it was a 2-game game last night. I think one of the first games, right, that a World Series is played in the same day because it ended so late out there. But it's going to be interesting to see how Toronto if they can get after Ohtani, and because that bullpen is depleted tonight. So a very important game. They must win tonight so they can stay in the series. But entertaining so far. Springer injury is going to be huge. I don't think he was in the lineup today. So we'll see how they we'll see how they can adjust and hopefully Bieber can hold up tonight.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Springer. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand him because of the team he used to play for. And so I don't wish anything ill on him personally. I just hope that his team that
memories.
Bad memories. I hope that all the teams that he plays for suffer. But with that being said, breaking news, talk to me, man. Dodgers, Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Where'd you at,
It's interesting because you boys know I wasn't here last week. So going back 2 weeks ago, we basically counted out Toronto. We didn't give them a chance. They were down in the series versus the Mariners. We didn't even spend much time on them. We said, hey, their World Series was the series against the Yankees. Well, obviously they came back. And you know what? I think the George Springer thing is big, right? It's not just. I mean, remember he's the guy that homered in Game 7 to propel them to this point. He has 4 home runs in the postseason, and he's been. I mean, you could if you look at his resume, if you will, throughout his career, you can make an argument he might be better in the playoffs than he is in the regular season. Like George Springer is just one of those guys that when the lights are brightest, he steps up. And I think it's also worth noting, after having an 18-inning game the day before, and obviously both teams, but specifically Toronto could have really used some bullpen help. You know what I mean? Because obviously they could have designated him to get an additional reliever or something like that. Them not doing that to me says, hey, he's going to be back for Game 5. Because otherwise, why would you do that, right? Like you could have used the piece. So I think we have ourselves a series. And you know what? I love nothing more. Like if you're going to play against the Dodgers, like we've talked about, you're going to have some clutch hits, some big-time hits from some big-time players. And you know what? It's nice to see Vlad Guerrero come out early and, hit one out, give them an early lead here. And I think it's in the 3rd or 4th inning, give them a lead and let them work from in front. Because the one thing I think is really difficult with the Dodgers is if you let the Dodgers get out in front, they kind of pile on you, right? And then I just want to say, and I'm sure you guys talked about this last week, but let me hold on one sec. I got to do it, man.
There it is.
Listen, as the resident Angels fan, I just got to say how bad and how pitiful it is that we had Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout on the same team and we couldn't manage to make it to the playoffs. And we're seeing what this man is doing right now in the playoffs. Outside of Ortiz, I'm going to be honest with you guys, and I know you guys are much more baseball aficionados than I am, but outside of Ortiz, I can't remember a player have a series, right? Meaning, from postseason, let's say, start to finish, like this man has had. To have, obviously the 3 home runs and the 10 strikeouts in one game is incredible. But then to come back and have 2 home runs like the next game, like he's just otherworldly, right? Like I think they need to do a DNA test, P test. They need to do something immediately on Shohei. And kudos to him, man. He was a trooper with the team which right now I'm not going to name, and I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him that he has a chance. At another championship. He's playing like that guy. But I do got to tell you, it's hard for me, even though they're in SoCal, it's hard for me not to root for Toronto, considering where they've been as a franchise, considering where they've come and how hard they've really fought back in this postseason. So I'm really hoping Springer comes back for Game 5, and I'm really hoping they can eke one out tonight.
We will see, man. Again, it's a 1-run game going into the top of the 4th as we speak. Larry, talk to me, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Your boy is out for Game 4 here. They're calling it a right soreness, right side discomfort.
You know what? I think it might be attributed to him taking that ball off the knee. That was brutal.
Yeah,
he might have been compensating these past couple of games, and because that was brutal.
They would have said knee though. They're calling it a right side.
Well, it was off his. It was
a swing.
it was more like up. I'm gonna say lower thigh, knee area. It was right up in there, but he took it dead smack the center off his leg in that Mariner series, bro.
Mhm.
So you never know when you come back. It might be something compensating for something else. I hope he can get back in some type of capacity. Don't rob us. But dude, like, man, that game last night. I don't know if y'all saw what I was missing, and I was like, you know what? Remember that James Brown song when he was like, please, please.
Yeah.
He just kept saying, please.
Dude. Check this out. We did a rocket show last night. Shameless plug. Go back and look at it. You know what I'm saying? The three of us did three and leave. I went down. I went to the living room, sat down, and still had like an hour and some change of baseball to watch.
Dude, luckily I was
on the west. I'm on the West Coast, and I went to sleep. I was like, I'm not gonna make it.
Luckily I'm in Central, so I sat back and watched it. But dude, like those last like 3 innings, they just kept. Dude, the Blue Jays was like, please hit a home run. Please, please hit a home run and end this game. Please.
Yeah.
And like it was like, dude, it was like the last 3 innings, somebody would hit one and come up like 10 feet short of just hitting it out. And then
I was thinking, like, are we gonna see a position player pitch? Did anyone think that? Like, are we gonna see it was at that point. It was at that point, right?
Yeah.
It was close, man. Coach, talk to me, man. What's your head at, big dog?
Even the Freddie Freeman one, he barely got it out. He barely got it out.
That is true. Yeah.
But yeah,
it had to be Freddie, though. It had to be Freddie. Coach, talk to me. What's your head at?
Dude, you know what? I gotta say to dude, because you know why Freddie had to end it? Because they literally said, we will not pitch to Shohei. We will not do it. We don't care if he have 20 at bats, he will have 19 walks.
Coach, talk to me, man.
Is it okay, Larry? Can I talk now?
Oh, one more thing.
Look, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, you good.
You done?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Sure? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Wait.
I knew you were going to. No, but the Blue Jays lost this game much earlier than the Freddie Freeman home run. They lost it with awful base running and bad fielding. The IKF play, it goes back to Little League. You never get thrown out at third. You don't get thrown out at third. No, you never get thrown out at third. That goes back to Little League. Mm-hmm. And then my man, I forget his name. Like what was the third base coach thinking? It was like it wasn't even that deep of a ball. Like Teoscar gets on it, and the ball was waiting on him at home plate. It was waiting on him.
He was like, "Here you go."
Yeah, and he's just like, and then like, I love how they like, well, he was blocking the plate. He's like, no, he wasn't. The ball was there waiting on him. He was just like, here you go, and they just slide on in here like out. And after that, that's when I went to bed. I was like, I don't care what happens. I was like, the Blue Jays, they had 2 chances to end this game, and they squandered both chances. I was like, I'll find out what happens in the morning. And of course, I woke up about 45 minutes after the game ended, and was like, oh, Freddie Freeman home run, surprise, surprise. But the Blue Jays have played well, and they played better than I expected, to be honest with you. And they could have they could have won that game last night. It was right there, but then, like again, going back and they always do the replay on MLB Network, so I got a chance to kind of like look at it. And Larry's right; they just look punch drunk. They just look like, please, they're like, do something, somebody, one of you. Look, here's a meatball, like just hit it here, please. And the doctor was like, no, and then finally Freddie was like, all right, okay, let's all get home. Let's drive home safely, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night. Blah blah blah. But it was funny because like this happened on the sports equinox. It was fun that you get this on the and Larry and everybody have been talking, the sports equinox. For weeks we have been building up the sports equinox, and then we got something truly special on the that started on the equinox and then it ended the next day. But like, yeah, this has been more entertaining than I thought. This could easily be 2-1 Blue Jays. I mean, but this has been a great series, and like I said, I anticipate another good game tonight. Looks like we got another good one cooking. Look like but like I said, I'm not going to be staying up too much later.
Yeah,
They got me. Like I said, 12th inning. I was like, all right, guys, y'all. This is where Steve gets off this ride.
I'm gonna be
But like
working. I'm gonna be working the quad boxing. You know what I'm saying? I got that one, and then the Warriors is on tonight. You know what I'm saying? I got stuff in a couple fantasy spots, and I got some notes to write. So I'm gonna be up. Got some videos to edit. I'm gonna be a busy dude, man. But
hey Steve, you know what I'm gonna ask you this, dude? Because Steve brought up a good point, bro. When they sent, I forgot his name. He was on first when Teoscar threw him out, right?
yeah,
Do
he's
you
on
think
first base.
yeah, do you think they sent him because they gotta take chances like that against the Dodgers?
you don't.
I think they were desperate. I think
They
I
feel
think
like
that
they need to.
they didn't have to. It was an act of
That's what I'm about to say,
desperation.
coach.
Yeah,
It was 1,000% desperation because they're like, look,
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I'm
like
saying.
yeah,
we don't know how many guys we're gonna get past second base the rest of this
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
anybody that gets past second base, go for
Because
it, go.
because eventually you have to pitch to him. You have to
Yeah.
pitch to Shohei. You have to pitch to Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
Betts
It,
hasn't been hitting very well, but you got to
But
pitch to
he's
these
still
guys.
Bentley.
So the worst
Mm-hmm.
job in the world and the best job in the world is probably third base coach. Because they
it,
get scrutinized for sending them or not sending them, and I would be aggressive too. There is no tomorrow. Like Rocky, like Apollo said to Rocky, there is no tomorrow.
Yeah,
There
but it was
is
like
no tomorrow.
but you
it
don't
was
want
like one of
to.
them
You
desperation
also
moves
you don't
It
want to
because
is.
send.
It was.
You don't
It
want to
was definitely
send.
desperation. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to send a message though to your team that we can't beat these guys straight up,
I don't
right?
think that's the
Like
message. I think
that
the
we
message
gotta.
is being
It,
aggressive, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
nah, there's a fine line between we're being aggressive and we
Oh,
need to
I know.
manufacture things
I
any
know.
way we can.
And look, and
And,
look, and
and, our,
look.
and our job
I'll tell
is
you
to
this.
second guess that. That's
Yeah,
our
Wasn't
job.
yeah.
wasn't it
Look,
only
and I'll
two?
tell you this.
I mean,
There
wasn't it
was
only
there,
he ran into
there
the third?
was there was only one out. But here's the thing though, the Dodgers haven't been this entire series fielding the ball cleanly. So I
Yeah,
get why you send them because you're hoping, okay, a little
he's
bobble, maybe
he's
the
expecting an
throws a little bit
offline
off.
throw.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe the throws offline and Teoscar hit right on a line,
right on the
right,
money.
you know. So it's
Right
like,
on the money, and like you
yeah,
said,
yeah.
he's looking at his watch before the guy comes into the base.
Yeah, Muncie is there with the ball just waiting on him.
yeah,
And
they
it's just
challenged.
like,
The crazy part about they challenged it. It was like, oh, was he blocking
Because
the
you're
play?
supposed to
He was
challenge it, bro.
waiting on him.
You
He
got
was
to, yeah,
waiting
like
on
you
him.
got
yeah,
to.
yeah,
Challenge that.
Yeah, that
I
was
mean, you
crazy.
yeah.
compound a bad decision with another bad decision, so you got to challenge.
I
You know
mean,
what
it's
I'm saying?
baseball. It's not football. Not like you're gonna lose a timeout.
Right.
I mean, I could
Exactly.
see if it was
You
like one of
lose
those
your
bang
challenge,
bang
but you
plays,
don't
but
lose
it
your
was like
timeout.
it was sitting there looking at his watch, like you sliding in. Yeah, I got you. All right, cool. Let's get out of here. But it is what it
So,
is. We
with
got a
that
game
being
tonight, though.
said, gentlemen, pivoting really quickly because I definitely want to leave us enough time to talk about this pigskin because we got a lot to talk about there. Week one of the NBA season is in the books, and it does not come without a bunch of craziness. If you watched our videos on our social media platform, myself, Villain, Coach, all touched on it. Everybody else touched on it, so I'm not going to touch on the whole scandal here. Want to talk about what's going on the floor, man. One weekend, how do you feel, Villain?
I mean, I like what I saw from at least on my side. I mean, I'm watching the Knicks games. I watched a couple other games. Wemby looks good. I know you guys don't like me saying that word. That's a trigger word. I apologize, but he looks really good. Unfortunate Ant-Man is hurt. You're not allowed to touch SGA. You're not allowed to look at him, I think.
Don't look at him.
No, I don't even think you're allowed to look at him, right, Coach?
No.
Austin Reeves is playing out of his mind, but against the Kings.
The island of misfit toys.
Yeah, I mean, what's funny is the Sixers might have found something. I like what I see out of the Sixers. They might be able to do some things, but I mean, if I can be, a homer for a little bit and put my Knicks hat on, I like what I saw. Sunday night was a tough game in Miami. They didn't play very well, but the first two games against two teams that they hadn't beaten in the regular season last year, They beat them pretty handily. So
they're up pretty handily right now on the Bucks.
Yeah, up and down. But what I like is, I'm not going to get too deep into it, but the offense is still kind of finding its groove. I think Mike Brown is using the full bench, which is really good, and we haven't gotten Mitchell yet, and I think Deuce is out for personal matters, so prayers up to him. But other than that, I like what I see. Like I said, I like what I see in the Sixers. I think they got some pieces around Maxey, out there, and honestly, you guys can hit on the West more than I can, but it's going to be a dogfight out there. It really is. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about the West yesterday. What we touch it here with you guys in a little bit, but breaking news, man. Talk to me, my guy. Basketball is here. The Lakers are 2-2. I figured that's your squad based off of previous conversation. Where's your head at, man? You can go East, you can go West. You can talk Lakers. What's up?
I'll just keep it on the Lake show for now. So I was pretty happy with the acquisition of Ayton, like we talked about. I thought it would help the rebounding. I'll be honest with you guys, it looks like the same old Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
They can't rebound to save
Ayton.
I'm just saying, like, they can't rebound to save their life. Like, to get an offensive rebound, like, if you look, I'm pretty sure I could look it up, but I want to say I saw a stat. Like, they're top 5 in the NBA in field goal percentage. But when the bucket doesn't actually go in, they're not getting a second chance at it. So their problem is when they play the better teams, especially the teams that have physical presence in the middle, they're going to struggle mightily. And I know some of that will be alleviated with LeBron because he is a pretty good rebounder. But I'll just be honest with you. Just, quick snapshot through 4 games. I don't like it. You know what? The other thing is, even though I know they're scoring a lot, and you kind of expect that with Luka, in 3 of the 4 games that they've played, they've allowed 120 points. Like, that's not winning basketball, man. I need to see somebody play some defense somewhere. Like that, and that's pretty much it. I just need to see someone play defense somewhere. That's it.
Ayton just doesn't. He just doesn't. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He can't defend on the perimeter. He can't defend.
I didn't even think he was going to defend on the perimeter, brother. I thought he would at least rebound.
I can't say he never has, because when he was in Phoenix, and they made their run, he was an integral part of that Booker CP3.
And what happened to him? But didn't CP kind of shade him a little bit, kind of clown him a little bit? Or am I misremembering?
It's not
like Paul talk about everybody. You know what I'm
saying? Facts. But I mean, he's a liability on the floor to the point where you expect more from this guy, and what are we doing?
Yeah.
What is he doing?
Yeah, it's just like, if you guys watch the games, and I know you watch, I pretty much with basketball, I pretty much focus on the Lakers. I don't do a lot of other stuff because I'm already kind of starting to get in to some advanced scouting for the 2026 NFL draft. But I will tell you this: the Lakers are 2-2, and their 2 wins. You want to know what they both had in common? You had somebody drop 50 points. Austin Reeves dropped 51 points in the game against the Kings, and Luka Doncic dropped 50 in the other win that they had against the Timberwolves. So if you're telling me the only way the Lakers are going to win is if somebody on that squad drops 50, I don't even know if they're going to be an 8 seed. Honestly, they're going to have to figure this out quickly. And I know I sound like I'm in full-blown panic mode over a team that's 2-2, but even in the wins, I don't like what I've seen.
Just imagine if your team didn't have any wins. Imagine that.
Coach.
Some people's teams don't have any wins.
Coach, talk about it.
Tell me about that team, Coach. Let me hear about them.
The Utah Jazz. No.
Let's talk about it.
You want to talk about it? The Brooklyn Nets. These are the teams that we're going to talk a whole lot about. But no, seriously, early on, like again, it's early. We talked about this last night on the award-winning Launchpad show. Make sure you go back and run that back. Um, so here's the thing with me: patience, and it's early, but it's like Barry talked about. He hit on what I want to talk about. It's like the Sixers. Is this sustainable? Because man, this Sixers team, like Edgecombe, is early, but it's like looks like they got them one in Edgecombe. So it's like, boy, like he been fantastic so far, and look, I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid off. I'm gonna mention he who should not be named, Victor Wembanyama. Okay, like
he had to take a timeout. He had to take a timeout.
Why you do that to Coach? Stop.
Hey, man. Let
don't
the
do
man
that. Don't do that. Look,
We got to be serious adults here. Serious. Come on.
look. So here's the thing.
I hurt my feelings.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. With Wemby, it is like just he's he shouldn't be that tall and be able to shoot and be able to like he was leading the fast break going behind the back. No, look like
Yeah.
he's like an NBA 2K creative character, but like in real life, and it's crazy because we talked about this a little bit last night, and then you look at Dylan Harper, who like man, whew, like I don't know if anybody watches college basketball as much as I do, as much as we do. But it's like you saw this at Rutgers last year, where it's like this kid has a something, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like he was on a Rutgers team, but even through him being on that Rutgers team, you could if you watch Rutgers, you're like, boy, this Harper kid got something. And like we said last night, it's like I'm sure this person like, hey De'Aaron, look, man, why don't you go down to the Riverwalk? Go meet your margarita. Go get you some chips and salsa, man. Be like, make sure you're 100% healthy when you come back. No need to rush back. But that
He's 16 points a game right now. 15 points a game.
yeah,
As a rookie.
as a rookie. I do want to talk about a team that again is near and dear to my heart. The Orlando Magic. Um, I I feel like the Magic are so close, and I just feel like they have to make the right move and just tinker a little bit because they're right there. This is a team that I can believe is going to. I said this a couple weeks ago. I think if they do the right things, they can challenge Barry's Knicks for the East. I mean, because they're there, they're right there. I believe in the Magic. Like I said, this has been since we started this show. I've been the number one Magic fan on here. I love them. And then look, we talked about this last night, and I keep referencing the award-winning Lunchpad show. But like we did work last night. Um, the New Orleans Pelicans.
Mm-hmm.
Um, again, this is a team where it's like, hey, if they can stay healthy, and it's a big if because we know like Zion's he's got it together now, but will he keep it together? Um, if Murray can come back and they can keep it going, it's like the West is just so loaded from top to bottom.
Stacked.
It's just stacked to where it's like,
Yeah.
look, all these teams they can keep, except for the Jazz. Like screw the Jazz. The Jazz are out of it. Like,
and right now they're
but-
2-1 in the fourth.
yeah,
fourth
exactly.
so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
they got off to
Unfortunately.
a hot start a year or two ago, right? And,
Yeah, Laurie Markkinen scored dropped 50 for y'all last night. Which was crazy. Like I need him in Houston. But anyway, the NBA is one of those things where it's a marathon, not a sprint. And a lot of people don't even pay attention to the NBA until Christmas. Like Christmas Day is like, hey, basketball. So let's reconvene with like I know a lot of people like skies falling. Oh no, what's going on? It's like we Christmas around Christmas time is when we can come back and kind of really sink our teeth in this. So for Barry's Knicks, for our Rockets, for Brian's Lakers, it's still early, guys. All right, like let's just let this ride out for now. Like I said, let's reconvene on this in December.
I'm gonna take it this way. And again, if you listened to us yesterday, I said that there, and I'm gonna say it here. As a Rockets fan and as a member of the Western Conference, we do not have the luxury of waiting until Christmas. We just don't. Because the West is so stinking loaded. I mean, I don't have to run through it, but the West is so incredibly loaded. And they have so many people that are not playing that will be playing and coming back to use a Tomlinism, we got to put hay in the barn. That way, when it's time to go, it's time to go. And we talked about it on the show yesterday, Coach. Larry. The Rockets' biggest issue right now is the lack of a point guard. We don't have a point guard. We don't have anybody other than KD that can put the ball in the bucket consistently. It's helter skelter right there. And so, as a Rockets fan, even though we're 2 weeks in, we're 1-2. I'm seeing some things that I don't quite like. To breaking news' point, the lack of defense of anything, any type of resistance is scary because again, these Western Conference teams are coming to blow you out. Like again, we talked about the team that shall not be named. We talked about the other team in Dallas that shall not be named. Like these guys are loaded. I think in the Eastern Conference, it's going to be a gauntlet. I think the Orlando Magic, to your point, I think they'll be fine. You keep referencing they need to make the right move. Whatever move that is, I'm sure they'll figure it out. I feel bad. And again, I may get booted out the on show myself. I feel bad for the Indiana Pacers right now. I feel incredibly bad for them. This is a team that went on a magic carpet route, went on a run, and I'm watching Miles Turner right now play with Milwaukee. Tyrese Halliburton's hurt. I mean, they're just struggling out the gate. And so looking at how the rest of the association balances it out, hell, Chicago's 3-0 right now. Who thought Chicago would come out of the blocks, firing on all cylinders? I'm not really buying Philadelphia because I'm not buying Joel Embiid. They can do all the things, but right now he's healthy. Talk to me in a month when, according to what CK says, he ate too much Jollof and he's out. So talk to me about a month. I like what I'm seeing from the Pistons. That was a team that we talked about last week and in previous shows that, could be a thorn in the side of Villains Knicks. Obviously the Knicks are sitting right there at 2-1 and winning pretty handily right now. So, case could be made that they'd be at, 3-1 by the end of the play tonight. But there's a lot of, I'm glad basketball's back.
The team that plays not too far away from you, the Wizards, they're gonna be fun. I don't think they're gonna win a lot of games. They're gonna be fun. I've enjoyed my Wizards basketball I've watched so far. They're a fun team to watch.
They have they got their shooter they got right now is lighting it up.
Yeah, they're up on the Wizards.
Yeah,
they're right there in OT.
CJ McCullough is there now, so he adds some veteran leadership. He and Chris Middleton, but Bob Carrington, man, is just shooting the cover off the basketball right now.
Yeah, so, it's fun to watch, man. Watch the Wizards, man. If you want to turn your mind off and just watch some fun basketball, watch the Wizards Hornets game Sunday. Was probably my favorite game of the season so far because it was just like, all right, it looked like a open run at the gym somewhere. It didn't even look like an NBA game. It was crazy.
Yep. So, Larry, talk to me about guy. You were the last one to roll. How the 2025-26 basketball outlook is looking. If you want to touch on Rocket stuff, you can. Obviously, Coach and I did, but take it where you feel, man.
I still don't like Jabari Smith.
Well, yeah.
Why y'all being crickets over here? Y'all being crickets. I was in the chat today. Y'all was being crickets. VJ, number 3 pick. He looked like that guy. All right or wrong. No matter where you drafted.
I chose not to respond to it. I'm sure.
Either you that guy or you're not that guy. You're not that guy. It doesn't matter where you're drafted at. Either you're that guy or you're not that guy. VJ looks like that guy. Out the gate. I don't need 4 seasons to see him do the same thing over and over of mediocre basketball. Rockets need a point guard, and I'll leave that at that. The Spurs, bro, look, once again, y'all was being crickets. Y'all didn't want to hear it, dude. I got to give him his props, bro. Dude, I love watching these Wembley games, dude. Because it's like you're just like in awe of some of the stuff that he's able to do. Like, how many 7-foot dudes are literally hitting guys with step backs?
It's so watching him play. Man.
I know he's like Olajuwon, but he like drains threes.
All right, that's blasphemous. That's blasphemous.
No, he is nowhere close. He ain't nowhere close.
He doesn't have the pulse.
You got me out of here for something. Say, like get Hughes out of here. It's like
he got to take a timeout. He had to take a timeout.
He got to rethink. He got to rethink his life. No, you know what? But Wemby, like, dude, nobody travels like Wemby. You know, from France to on the court. You know, nobody travels like Wemby. I saw this dude take like 8 steps.
He's not traveling. He just takes long strides. That's what my boy Broderick. My boy Broderick, who's the Spurs, he's like, oh, he just it's a gather step. It's a Euro step. He said his feet are so quick. It looks like he's traveling, but he's not. I'm like, all right.
How are your feet quick and you wear a size 29? Like, man, like I can see it from here.
Yeah, he's a long strider, is what I've been told. He doesn't travel. I'm like, all right, whatever.
But yeah, man. So NBA's here, man. I'm excited for it, man. Week number 2 is kicking off, man. But with that being said, it's time to rip the Band-Aid off, man. We got a lot of football to talk, a lot of football to get into. Before we go there, does anybody want to touch anything else, man? Before we move,
I think we're good, man.
I think we're good on that.
I mean, I guess we ain't gonna talk about the scandal that's just keep piling on. Everybody,
Larry, you talk about that. Larry, you talk about that spinning back elbow by Pettis last week.
I mean, we could. Hold on. I feel like we could. I mean,
no, we don't have to. We don't have. I mean, listen.
What I'm saying is, I mean, we covered it in the videos, but I mean,
I mean,
but this is an ongoing story, and it just seems like I know what Barry's saying. It's like I just saw like before we got on air here that like Rozier was in a little bit of tax trouble.
Yeah, he had like $8 million, $9 million.
A little bit of tax trouble. So yeah,
I mean,
that boy gonna sing. That boy gonna sing. They gonna get him in that room. They're gonna put that chicken in that soda in front of them. They're gonna be like, all right, Terry, tell us what you know. You can make that tax problem go.
From the IRS in 2023. Insane.
Yeah, we can make your little tax problem go away. Just talk to us, Terry.
Yeah, just make sure those old mafia ain't in the room in the back of the courthouse. You know, he's a good guy. You know, stand up guy. Start whacking people. You know what I mean? But the story is not going to end. It's going to keep going, and sports gambling. Good luck.
I mean, it's like uncut gems, man. It's like it's real. It's like has anybody seen the movie Uncut Gems? It's like that's what it's like. It's just it's crazy because it's funny that Kevin Garnett is in Uncut Gems. It's just like,
a man spoke too soon about this Knicks game. Just saying. Okay, spoke too soon. I'm sorry, villain. But I mean, you mentioned in your video, Coach, and I guess we'll touch on it in a minute. You mentioned the slippery slope.
Yeah,
that's what you called it, and then villain, you double tapped on it. Is it really a slippery slope?
It's always been slippery. I mean,
it's always been slippery because, like I mentioned in the video, you guys can go back on our socials and look for our videos, stuff like that. But I mentioned in mine, it's like you literally cannot watch basketball without seeing at least 8 DraftKings commercials, 4 FanDuel commercials, a Fanatics, whatever like that. You can't do that. So it's like you get in bed with these gambling houses, and this happens, and it's like, oh, they're gambling. Oh.
Yeah,
I thought it was oddly hilarious that ESPN had the ESPN Bet joint on their screen, and then they broke the story and they took the ESPN Bet off. I thought that was oddly hilarious. But breaking news, talk to me, big guy.
No, I was just gonna say, like, you guys are all talking like in cloak and daggers. Like, a little context on the story would be nice because I head under a rock. I'm not familiar with what you guys are talking about.
So I'll give you the Cliff Note version.
Yeah.
Last week, FBI arrested Terry Rozier of the Miami Heat.
Is this the one with the Bill Chauncey Bill? Yeah. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I was out of town, but I did hear about it. Yeah, I heard it runs deep, including refs, including like execs. Like it's going to be a thing.
Yeah, it's illegal poker games. You know, Kevin Garnett got money taken from him. You got guys wearing, check your contacts.
X-ray glasses.
Yeah, X-ray glasses. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's.
Yeah, here it is. Breaking news. Breaking news. Here it is. X-ray glasses, mobsters, car games. Like
Lions, Titans, Bears. Oh my.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it is like it's like the plot of like a '90s like mob movie or something like that. It's just like, and this is just like I said, it is a slippery slope because we're just gonna peel back layers of this and peel back layers. Like I said, we already got another layer peeled back today with Terry Rozier's like tax trouble. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then it's just gonna be more and more and more. And
he was already arrested, right?
Yeah, he was arrested. Last.
He's on bail, I think, right?
Yeah.
Free like OJ every day.
Push out.
All right, so
I don't bail push out of jail. California
All right, so check this out, man. College football last week did not. Yeah, exactly. College football last week.
Some of us had a winning record.
Yeah, you were
Just mute him. Just mute him.
I'm about to stop picking these games, man. Whatever.
You had a rough day, bro.
Exercising futility every week. I come out here, and it's just like I try my best, and it's like Anyway.
So I'm not gonna go through all the picks or whatever, but I did want to talk a little about what's going on, man. LSU did dismiss head coach Brian Kelly. I don't think that came as a shock to nobody, but what is shocking, again, I got two Florida State fans sitting here. Norvell's key card still works. And I understand that they said that they were going to wait till after the year ended before they made any moves. But Brian Kelly is the latest domino to fall. In the wake of that, Shane Steichen, head coach of the Texas Longhorns, was linked to a bunch of different jobs, including one in the NFL.
Shane Steichen is the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts.
Colts. Oh, God. Sarkisian. Steichen, Sarkisian, tomato. Your coach. Your coach was linked to a bunch of upcoming coach vacancies as well as potential Tennessee Titans. So we can start there before we start looking at these games, man. Coach, talk to me, man. Like, obviously he came out and obviously denied any allegations and this, that, and the third. But where's your gut telling you, man? What's going on? What's going on with your coach?
Look, I mean, it's a situation where Sark has always had his eyes on the NFL. He's been in the NFL before. He's an NFL guy. It's not like this would be a college coach with no NFL experience going to the NFL. Sark has always kind of had his eye back on the NFL. So this don't shock me that like this came out and then of course you deny. Yeah. It's like, it would almost be perfect. It was like, and they're playing Vandy, where's Vanderbilt? In Nashville. He probably gonna talk to Clark Lee before the game, like, hey Clark, man, look, the neighborhood you live in, man, it's a nice neighborhood, right? Like, any houses for sale in your neighborhood, Clark? But so it's just, you have that, and it's just, if Texas was undefeated and everything was fine, then stuff like this doesn't come out. It's just it's funny that like after struggling the last couple of weeks, albeit wins, but struggling the last couple of weeks, it's like these things come out and it's like, oh, like Sark is, it's like, yeah, this is what happens. It's like Texas is still, again, a phrase we use all the time. There is still all in front of Texas. Texas can still make the playoff. All the things that Texas wanted to accomplish before the season, they still can do. Now, I'm worried about Arch Manning, in his health, because he took a pretty good hit in the Mississippi State game. So it's like, I'm not sure he's gonna play. I don't know. I would be shocked if he's 100% if he does play. And then you need all hands on deck versus this Vandy team. Texas can't afford to limp into this game against Vandy. We keep it in the buck here. But yeah, it's the price of success. when you do well, people are going to mention your coaching things and stuff like that. Or when things are a little shaky, a little rocky, all of a sudden your coach is looking here, looking there, looking everywhere. It's just like Penn State fired James Franklin, and there was one peep about Signetti possibly maybe thinking about in Indiana threw him a bunch of money. So sometimes this stuff gets floated out because you know what? Maybe this is kind of Sark negotiating in public a little bit to where you get like oh please don't leave, please don't leave. Here's $30 million more or whatever like that. Don't leave. So I don't know. I didn't put
You don't think he's gone anywhere?
I don't because it's like when you look at what's coming in, it's like it's not just this. It's like Sark has been doing work on the recruiting trail, and they got a number 3 recruiting class coming in. They're working on another top 5 recruiting class after that. It's like things are good. Like this season isn't going the way I and a bunch of Longhorns fans thought, but it's like it would take something really substantial, be it from the Titans or whatever team in the NFL, another college team, to get him out of Austin. He likes it there. His family likes it there. It's like I don't know. I just think sometimes these things kind of filter out when things ain't going too well. Like I said, if Texas is undefeated, still number 1 in the country, I don't think we get this story.
I feel you. Larry, talk to me, my guy. We got coaches being linked to other coaches. We had Brian Kelly being released and whatnot. Obviously, Franklin's gone. Some other coaches have been dismissed. Man, where'd you head out with these coaches and what's going on in college football without talking about games right now?
Nova still got a job.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he do.
Because
Sure
Florida
does.
State is broke, flat broke.
Yeah, it's like quit being poor. Yeah, quit being poor, Florida State. Stop acting like you don't got it. You got it.
I mean, and we've talked about it. Like he's had 6 seasons LG and 4 losing seasons, and he got an extension, and we got to wait till the end of the season to decide if we're gonna let this guy go or not. It's a joke.
What's his buyout? Like, do you know what his buyout will be?
It's around $50 million, I think, right?
I mean, the same as Franklin, so
yeah, it's a pretty hefty buyout, and honestly, you look at Brian Kelly. Are you surprised? Like the body language of Garrett coming off the bench when he got basically taken out of the game, he was like, "Bro, don't talk to me." And then I don't know if you guys have caught it too. I'm pretty sure breaking news you caught it. Like former players coming out and throwing shade on Kelly ever since it's like you know what I mean. Like you look at the last 3 coaches that LSU has. They've won championships in their first 4 years.
First 4 years, the SEC in a chip.
And a chip. And LSU is not. LSU is a essential blue blood. Like that's not like a stepping stone to a bigger job. That is a big job. And they take.
It's one of the 5. It's one of the 5
job.
It's one of those jobs, and it's one.
It's not a job. It's not a job. It's the job. It's one of the jobs.
And like you gotta you get hired there, especially with his name. You're supposed to win, and he hasn't done a terrible job there, but he hasn't lived up to the standard, and he's got to go. So it's just the latest carousel, and we'll see. To your point, Indiana re-upped their coach, didn't want him to walk out of the building. I don't know where these coaches go, but I don't know if Brian Kelly gets another job. I'll be surprised if he does.
He will. He will because he's Brian Kelly.
Sure. I mean, but you look at it, boys, and I'll ask you guys, like you got some power schools that are looking for a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Where's LSU, Penn State, Florida? What school are you going to if you had to pick?
LSU.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Penn State fan. Don't get it twisted, but LSU the spot.
Yeah, LSU.
I think
LSU up here, and then the other schools are down here. LSU is the. Yeah.
It may sound disrespectful, but to be honest with you, I think Florida might be a better gig than Penn State.
They've had a tough time, and they haven't been a. They're a name. They're an SEC team, but it's tough.
You got strong recruiting bloodlines. You got fat pocket
But
boosters.
Florida hasn't been good in a while, Brian.
But
No,
but but here's the
but
thing.
that
Here's the thing,
also
Brian.
sets your expectation. You know what I mean? I'm
Brian,
saying,
listen to me as someone who is 10 feet away from a Florida alum. I can give you a little inside baseball here. Okay,
okay,
they don't have as much money as you think they do. That's number one.
okay,
Number two, they have terrible decision makers up top. You know, so it's just when the administration is terrible, then that trickles down. It's like so
understood.
you have people down there in Gainesville who are making the decisions who are it's so political. It's so like me. It's so like clicky and stuff like that. To where within the school you have these look instead of like, hey, we're all Gators. You have all these little mini cliques, and
Yeah,
everybody's fighting for control of the program. And when you have that you get into trouble. And then it's funny because you look across the way to the basketball program where it's all kumbaya and everybody loves each other. But the
right.
football program is just like in disarray because
Okay.
it's just so
That's
it
fair
just
because when you look at they have like the census where they'll show you like where the stadium, where the athletic facilities, academic pro. If you look, Florida usually ranks pretty high amongst all those type of things, which to me, quality of life, athletic facility, stadium, just all that. That's all encompassing. Plus, we already know, not just Florida, but like Florida is a hotbed for recruits all along the East Coast. So that's all I'm
They're
saying.
not
Like,
getting those, man. The recruits from Florida are going to Florida State,
yeah, but
Miami.
They ain't going to State, right?
listen,
They're going to Miami. They're going to Alabama. They're
you
going.
know as well as I do, you get a coach that's halfway decent in there a year from now, the kids will come. You need to get the
because
right person in there and build the program back up.
again because the reason why Billy Napier was even the coach was because it was like, oh, he coaches in Louisiana, so then maybe he'll get
Yeah.
some of these Louisiana kids to come to Florida, and it never happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that wasn't Billy Napier thing. You know what I'm
Can
saying? It's
we
like, you know,
Can we talk about the Brian Kelly thing, like legitimately being honest? Because I feel like a lot of like villain. I feel like you kind of touched on it, but like nobody really wants to talk about the truth,
look, I can't talk about LSU.
which
Last time I
is
talked about LSU, I got in trouble, so I can't talk about
okay.
LSU.
Brian
You're good.
Brian Kelly
You an idiot
is
for that,
a
coach.
Brian Kelly is a type A personality dealing with young men. He is not a family first guy like he says. He had these same problems and issues at Notre Dame. If you
Mhm.
look,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
remember the stories, guys. He went to LSU, talked about family. The first thing he did was fire several of the staff members that had been
Mhm.
tenured, that had been there multiple coaching cycles, strength and conditioning, defensive assistants, all these guys that had helped, that had basically proven their worth and being able to help build this program and to be able to produce champions and basically just wipe them out immediately. And it got so bad that they had to turn around and rehire these guys at a higher salary a couple years later because they realized, oh shoot, we need them back. Like he has deconstructed he is a culture deconstructor. Like you may not like James Franklin and his ability to quote unquote win top 5 or top 10 games, but the one thing he can do is build a culture and find
Mhm.
talent. He can't do it at the quarterback spot, but he can find talent. Kelly is the opposite. I think he needs to go to like Navy. Like he needs to go somewhere like a military. Like he cannot handle any pushback whatsoever.
So
And
you
that's
would
what
say
you're
so
seeing.
you go to Navy? You go to
Listen,
you,
no,
Yeah,
no,
they're
you,
actually
you go
winning.
to a
Yeah,
military?
no.
Navy's
Okay,
fine. Navy's good. Navy don't need Brian Kelly at all.
you're right. You're right. Okay, Army. My point being is he needs to go to the like a military school because he doesn't like opposition. He doesn't like anyone else to have an opinion, even if it's another coach. He can't. He thinks he's a type A personality. But I got to be honest with you. When I see somebody that's unwilling to take input, I don't think type A personality. I think scared little boy that can't handle criticism. Like that. That's literally what I think. And I'm not
Well,
calling him a
yeah,
little boy, but I'm saying these same problems that we saw in Notre Dame, guys. The same problems where players called him out after they left, where he had issues with staffers, where they had issues of quote unquote the culture not being very family oriented. I don't feel bad for LSU. They knew what they were getting. They knew what they were getting, and that's what they got. The only difference is that LSU had a better base when Kelly got there than Notre Dame did when he first got there. That's the difference. But this team is, I mean, the effort that you're seeing on the field right now, I firmly believe is indicative of the players going, I don't want to play for that guy. That's just
I
the way I feel. I
mean,
think they might actually be better moving forward.
Well,
I
Just
can't
saying.
say that.
he need to go. He need to go to UCLA and put on a wig and be Chad Powers or something.
Hey, by the
Nah,
way, dude, that's pretty good series, man. Pretty good series.
now, because see, no. So you're saying like Navy, something like that. It's like no, like Kelly would work at a place like Oklahoma State, where it's like Oklahoma State would be perfect for him because it's like okay, it's Big 12, so it's still big time football, and then he can go there and then like look, it's things have been rough for Oklahoma State. T Boone passed away, and then like all the money dried up and stuff like that, and then like Gundy lost the team, and Oklahoma State would be a program that could kind of use Kelly's like iron
I
fist, like go in there, and, because it's a program that needs to be totally
the pro-
retooled.
yeah,
So
the problem, coach, is he is horrible. He is horrible in the portal. You guys know that. Look at what he's done the last few years. He's horrible with NIL. He's one of the few coaches that have openly said that they don't believe in NIL or the portal. So he's openly come out, and because he's openly against it, he's literally using one of the ways of making your team better. He's not even utilizing.
I mean, Dabo
Like,
said the
like
same thing. So should
yeah,
Dabo get
but
rid
the
of it?
difference is Dabo actually still uses it. You can say you don't like it, but you can't protest when if your competitors are using it, you have to use it.
I
Like
mean, LSU got a couple Porter guys in there, but it's just like
real
yeah,
low level. Like what I'm
yeah, but I
saying
mean,
is
they're not doing what like Texas Tech did. You
correct,
know what I'm saying? It's
correct.
like so, but no, but
And,
who is? You know,
but
Right,
also going back to your Oklahoma State, I actually disagree with you, dude. I don't think Kelly's a very good recruiter. I think he's a good schematic guy. I think he'd be a great defensive coordinator. Obviously, he's past that point in his career where he's going to, it's kind of like the Bill Belichick thing. I
but
would
why
much
is he
rather,
not a good fit at Oklahoma State? Tell me that.
because I don't think he's a guy that can build. I don't think he's the type of guy that can build you a dynasty. I think he's the type of guy that can
very few
schematically
people
make your
can, though.
team
That's what I'm
better.
saying, Brian.
But
Very few people can build you a dynasty.
what's that?
Very few people can actually go into a
No, no,
program
no,
and
no.
build you a dynasty, though.
Understand, but there's actually quite a few coaches that have gone in and made teams better. You have to also take like better in kind of like quotations, because if you're Oklahoma State, like or just throwing another team out there, Memphis, like is it fair or legitimate to say I have national championship hopes? Probably not. Maybe eventually one day you get there, but like if everybody says they have national championship hopes, but the reality is there's about 20 teams that have national championship hopes, and it lingers and changes a little bit here or there throughout the season. There is very few guys that are really good builders of programs, right? And if you're not a very good builder of a program, you need somebody on staff that is a good builder of a program. My contention is I think Kelly is a phenomenal X's and O guys, but how are you going to recruit somebody or hire somebody that's a phenomenal builder of a program, whether that's offensive or defensive coordinator, when you're getting to the point where nobody wants to work with you?
Well, my thing is the reason why, and I'll make this quick. The reason why I think Oklahoma State works is because there is no culture there. There is no base there. The base went left when Gundy did. Gundy was the culture. Now that Gundy isn't there, they really don't have a culture there. So it's like I feel like Stillwater would be a sandbox for Brian Kelly because then he can recruit the kind of guys he wants. He can run things the way he wants. And honestly, let's keep it a buck here. Oklahoma State's expectations of the program much different than LSU's.
Right.
Okay, so this will be an opportunity for Brian Kelly to go somewhere to where it's still quote unquote Power Five football. Because I mean, Oklahoma State's in the Big 12, and he can kind of tinker and work and kind of make things his way. And he would have to kind of maybe take a step back a little bit or two, but that's not his style though. But I think like for a guy like him, he can't go somewhere like Penn State where there's already a culture there. Okay, you can't come in there and you can't go into state college like I'm changing the culture here. It's like you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he needs to go somewhere where there's like a lack of culture or the culture isn't strong. That's all I'm saying. That's why Oklahoma State is a team that I just literally pulled out of my hat and said like, oh, if he wanted to continue to coach, that would be a place. Me personally, I'm taking my $50 million and I'm sitting down somewhere. That's just me.
If he was younger, listen, if he was younger, I would say, because younger men do change, right? You can evolve, you can change. Because I would make the argument, you look at a guy like Lane Kiffin, who's squarely in the national championship hunt. He has changed over, the years from when he coached at Tennessee, when he coached at USC to the coach he is now. He's learned, right, from what he's done in the past. I think Brian Kelly, unfortunately, at 65, is the same guy at Notre Dame that he was at LSU that he will be at Oklahoma State. And maybe, like Coach said, maybe that will work. I just don't think that's going to work long-term anywhere. So if you're going to sign him, I wouldn't sign him to more than a 3 or 4 year deal.
Yeah, I'm saying it would work at Oklahoma State. It's not going to work at Penn State. It's not going to work at Florida. It's not even going to work at Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you look at the jobs that are open, but it's like a place like Oklahoma State, it might. I'm just saying it might work. Just saying.
Yeah, crazy. Villain, anything, Larry, anything before we move? I bet we beat that one up pretty well. So with that being said, college football this past week was interesting to say the least. If you haven't watched, I can't stress this enough. If you haven't watched Coach's video breaking these games down, he picked 4. He does a really good job with it. I haven't seen your 5 yet.
Look, the 5 is right here.
Okay.
Can't see it yet. You gotta watch the video. It's right here. So
that's probably tomorrow, where he breaks down his top 5 teams in the country. So look forward to that. But with that being said, looking at how these games unfolded over the weekend, very interesting. Coach, talk to me, my guy. You referenced a couple in your video. If you want to touch those, you want to take it somewhere else, man. Tell me what you had at.
So I'm gonna make this quick because again, like I do these videos, so like that's where I get the chance to talk like uninterrupted and stuff like that. So I'll give you guys a bunch of the time here. I just want to say, so y'all know every week I take notes and I have a theme to my notes. This week was how about. So I just wrote how about Indiana. Boy, the point spread was 25, and I know because I picked UCLA and they doubled up. They doubled up the spread. How about Navy? Still not ranked, undefeated. So, but how about Navy? How about Georgia Tech? Haynes King is my Heisman right now. I'll just go out and say it. It's like Haynes King is having the kind of season that people think Diego Pavia is having. But when you look at the stats, it's like Haynes King is accounted for like 300 yards of offense a game. Haynes King, the offense down in Atlanta is made out of Haynes King. And the kid, he has been phenomenal. And Georgia Tech has been crazy, and they're climbing up the charts. And then I wrote, how about SMU in a bad way? Look, Wake's scrappy. I like Wake. You know what I'm saying? You talk about culture changes, like you get a new coach, you come in there, you change things around, and Wake has been playing well. But SMU, a team, we talk about expectations, a team that has ACC championship expectations, playoff expectations. It's like to lay an egg like that and to only score 12 points.
That's tough.
In this game, they showed this game on ACC Network. This game was sloppy. It was fumbles. It was interceptions. It was missed field goals. It was just like it was a perfect storm of just nothingness, for like SMU. And lastly, how about them horns? Never a doubt. I never doubted my team for 1 second. When they were down 31-14, I did not turn off the channel. I stayed locked in. I did not start doing other. I did not start cleaning around the house. I did not start doing literally anything else to keep from watching that game.
I'm gonna need a verification. Yo, I'm gonna text the lady now. I'm gonna text the lady now. I need verification.
It's like I stayed 10 toes down in front of that game. I did not give up on my team. I did not. I will never abandon my squad. I was stuck there until the end, and they pulled it out. And boy, it was a great day to be a Longhorn on Saturday. So that's all I got.
I feel you. Villain, talk to me, man. These games, week 9 were insane, man. Obviously, LSU getting popped in the head. Alabama pulling out a close one. I think it's kind of weird. Double back into Steve. You changed your Heisman pick. Last week we talked about the Heisman. You said Simpson, quarterback for Alabama. You flipped it this week. I like that. I mean, Oregon, struggling a little bit with Wisconsin, Big Ten opponent, whatever the case may be.
Weather was nasty out there, so I give them a little bit of grace.
That was true too. Villain, talk to me, bro.
No, I mean Alabama had it got close. It got a little tricky for them, but they pulled it out on the road. Tough game for them. I was looking at Indiana just annihilating UCLA. That's exactly what you're
I was supposed to work that game this weekend. I got to go to a funeral, but it's Maryland's homecoming game. They about to get beat like they stole something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
But that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to let these dudes off the hook. You're supposed to go in on them. So big ups to them. They really came and really put the wood to them. Houston had a really nice win against Arizona State. I was impressed with that game on the road.
They stopped scoring points, though. I didn't like that.
I agree with you. They, it was closer than it needed to be, so that's something to watch. But I mean, that's a game that they needed. They got the win, right, Coach? So,
Houston's still not ranked, by the way.
And Memphis. When we gonna give Memphis some respect? I mean,
I love that Memphis team.
That was a good game.
I love that team to death. That they play hard. They're nasty. I love that Memphis team. They don't give up. They just don't give up. They just fight the whole time. Just keep the movie. I love that team.
Yeah, South Florida's a good team, Coach. That but and one of the uglier games. Two other games I'll highlight. Vanderbilt really getting a good win at home against Missouri. That was a really at halftime it was 3-3, and I didn't know what was going to happen. And Vanderbilt really got it going.
But Bo Cabrillo didn't hurt, change that whole game. It's and the kid from Missouri who came in, he was balling a little bit. He wasn't bad. So,
Exactly. So that was a good game. Ole Miss and Oklahoma. Oklahoma just not there. Just not, the curl don't curl all the way.
That's not nice. That's not nice.
I'm listening to Barry speak. I mean, it warms my heart what happens in Norman Saturday. I love it. It was great.
But no,
y'all know how I feel about Ole Miss. How I feel about Oklahoma. So there we go.
It was a good game. I was keeping an eye on that, and I don't think anybody still sees Miami in that camouflage. I mean, it was funny because I think the joke was, Carson Beck couldn't find receivers, with regular jerseys on, so you get him camo jerseys, and he's supposed to find find his receivers. But I just thought that was humorous.
Okay, all right, cool. Larry, talk to me, big guy, man. College football week number 9. But where's your head at? And yes, I know Norvell still is good. I understand.
Cougars are ranked, and Colorado got blew the hell out.
So, Larry, I'm glad you mentioned that because, I feel like every week we sit up here and was like, well, this happened with Colorado, and this happened with Colorado, and this is what happened. Like they just got their ass kicked Saturday. There was no way
Yeah.
around it. And pardon my French, but it's just like Utah just took it to them because they were mad about what happened the week before. They lost a tough one to their rival. They took it out on Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
I think Colorado's in trouble. I'm not saying they're in trouble, but I mean the quarterback, the offensive play calling. We talked about it last week. I mean, with Colorado's play calling, um, I'm not
Defense is
sure.
bad. The defense is
Defense,
bad.
no, which is
Yeah.
weird because you got all these NFL guys on your staff. But
Well, Shaq too busy kicking over pylons and stuff like that, being childish. So it's like, yeah.
so let me ask you guys this question, and then we're going to start picking these things. Um, is the seat getting warm for prom? Is it could he be the
No,
guy? Could he
No,
be the
no.
guy that
No.
moves on
he
to
brings he brought. Think about the prestige that he's brought to Colorado. Remember where Colorado was before he got there.
right, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Like,
One
I,
in 10.
I think
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, as ridiculous as it sounds, I think Prime could leave and go to the NFL, and somebody would give him an NFL job. He's got like a lifetime achievement award in Colorado. He could stay there as long as he wants. But I do think we got to talk about we got to talk about Houston. Nobody
Mhm.
brought up Houston. Listen, they
I
knocked
did.
off Arizona
Houston was
State.
brought
Oh,
up
did you?
several times,
Okay.
I
Brian.
did. Pay
Brian, they
attention.
were brought
Pay
up
attention.
several
All
times.
right.
Pay
They're not
Besides
attention.
ranked.
every
So that's the
Mhm.
problem. Houston's still
besides
not ranked.
listen, besides everybody on the panel, nobody brought up Houston, so that's why I was going to bring them up. They beat Arizona State after Arizona State just had an impressive win.
22
Uh,
now.
and,
I
and
think correct.
yeah, they're 7-1. The only loss they have is, I believe, the Texas. Is it Texas A? No, Texas Tech. Texas
Tech, yeah,
Tech.
Tech put it to them pretty good. I mean, and
Yeah,
I
but
think I think that's what sticks in people's minds. Like, oh, they only have one loss. What was the one loss? Getting absolutely boat raced by Tech, and I think
right.
that's being done against them. Yeah.
And I was just going to say, if you look at the remainder of their schedule, you got West Virginia, extremely winnable. UFC, very winnable. TCU, which is a pretty good squad, but they should beat them, and then they end with Baylor. I mean, we could be very easily talking about a one-loss Houston team, and I
Mm-hmm.
think they might have a chance of making the playoffs, boys. So I'm happy for them. I got to tell you, I watched extensively the South Carolina Gamecocks game with Zellers because I'm evaluating the QB position. And I got to tell you, man, I feel so bad for South Carolina. They had that game. They had the game in the
Mhm.
bag, man. There was less than 5 minutes to go. They're up in the game. And I sometimes wonder, like, what the coaches are coaching, what the people are thinking in the game, like the mindset. But I will tell you, man, that kid Zellers is just on another level. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna say the Lamar comparison because I'll be honest with you, I think he's a better passer.
Oh, he's a much better passer. Yeah.
Right, like
He
right
At this
now
he
at
at
the
this
he,
stage of
collegiate,
his
he,
career, absolutely,
right
yeah.
at
he
this
had
point in his
a throw in
career,
that game. Yeah, he had a
yeah,
throw in that game that might have been the
yeah,
best throw I see from a quarterback all season. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So it's just like
He's
that.
but his how mobile he is. If you watched how often he was under duress, finding receivers back across the field. I mean, he made things happen when there was nothing there.
Mhm.
And I think the only reason why he's not going to get Heisman consideration is because obviously his team is not good. But man, that kid is a game changer. And
Mhm.
if I was an NFL team and I needed a QB, he's definitely on the short list. Him, Mendoza, Moore. I mean, there's a short list, but he's definitely on the short list of guys that I'd be looking at in round one or two.
I mean, Solis led the South Carolina Gamecocks in rushing.
Yeah, I
So
mean
Yeah.
he did everything.
he
He
did
did
everything.
everything in that game.
He threw the ball to himself, caught it Bugs Bunny
Yeah,
style.
he
He
did.
threw
He did.
all over the place.
I think he punted too a couple times.
Yeah,
But unfortunately, he fumbled.
he did
Yeah.
fumble,
Unfortunately.
and
And
he
it's like
fumbled it. Okay.
all the good stuff he did, and then it's like, but he fumbled. And
Right.
I just it's a shame because like he played his tail off, but then it's
Yeah.
like whenever like but the fumble, and it's just like it was tough. That was a tough one,
Yeah,
for
Well, and
South
then
Carolina.
and then and then the defense basically let up as well because in the third quarter, they really held them in order for South Carolina to get back in that game. And I even understand the last touchdown, like the defender letting him go because there's 30 seconds, right? If you push him out of bounds, they're just going to take a knee or something to wind the clock out. But if you look at the sequence, the last 10 minutes of that game, there is some really, really, really bad tackling, poor clock management, on South Carolina's side. And I mean, they really, really should have won that game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's up, Brian. Villain, he's up. He's good. He's good. He should be good. He should be good. Ooh, that's not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Sorry about that. Watching. Watching.
I don't know. I don't know if he pulled a groin or tore a ligament. I don't know what the hell.
That did not look good, but he went down quickly. He's holding the back of his leg. It looks like a hamstring, maybe. So.
Just a heads up, boys. Top of the 7th. Toronto's up 4-1 now.
We got a series, gentlemen. We got us over series. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and pick some of these games this week, man. Week 10, there's a lot of games on the docket that we can definitely comb through. So, with that being said, I'll throw it over to breaking news first.
You got it.
Give me one second. Let me get my sheet here. Breaking news. Talk to me, my guy. Where's your head at?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go for my first for my 5-point play. I'm gonna go with Vandy on the road against Texas, as Coach said. I'm really not sure Arch is going to be playing in this game. I think he's in concussion protocol.
Yes.
Things didn't look great. It's obviously early, so it's Tuesday. We got to pick, but he took a nasty hit, and I mean, anybody who watched that Vandy versus Mizzou game, Vandy is definitely one of those unheralded teams that nobody talks about as a playoff team, but they're feisty, man. They play good defense. They come up with turnovers, at times when they need it. And I'm getting 2.5, so I'm going to take Vandy plus the 2.5. My number 4 pick, I'm going to take USC on the road -6.5, coming off a bye against Raiola and Nebraska. Look, Nebraska's passing offense has been averaging 150 yards the last 2 weeks. It has not looked the same as it did in the beginning of the season. And the one thing we know about USC is they're going to move the ball. They're going to score. I don't think Nebraska can keep up with USC, and I just don't think Nebraska's defense is going to be able to slow down USC. 3-point play, you call it violence if you want, but I just call it a smart play. I got to go Ohio State -20.5 at home versus Penn State. You look at them versus the spread this year, they're phenomenal. They not only cover, but they usually blow it out the box. And I just think this is one of those games at 20.5. You're not going to let up versus Penn State when you're Ohio. When you got them down and you're up 42-0, be like, let's score 3 more touchdowns. So I think Penn State will cover and they'll cover by a bunch. Number 2, I'm going Miami -10 at SMU. I know SMU is a good team. I think Miami has gotten a little bit of flack recently, obviously, for their play. But I think Miami's a good team, especially defensively. I think they're going to be able to shut down SMU's offense. I don't think SMU scores more than 17 points. So I think Miami wins that one. And my 1-point play, I know this is a big number, but as we've talked about here, I really do like this team and their explosive offense. I'm going Memphis -13.5 at Rice. Rice is the number 5 rushing team in the nation, but Memphis is a good rushing team as well. And they have the ability to make explosive plays. I think Rice gets down fairly early, and I just don't think that rushing attack is going to be sustainable once you're down a couple scores. So I like Memphis, and I like them big.
So you got Vanderbilt at +2.5, USC at -6.5, Ohio State at -20.5, Miami at -10, and Memphis at -13.5.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. I'm gonna let Villain sit for a minute. Coach, talk to me. Where's your head at, big dog? Oh, you want to go? Villain, you want to go? Okay, Coach, talk to me.
Okay. All right. So let's see here. I have like 8 games here, but only 5 to pick. So let me do this real quick. I'm gonna go with. Okay, I'm gonna take this one off the board. Okay. All right. Okay. So for my 5-point play, I'm actually going. I had a different game, but I'm going to switch it now. My 5-point play, because we just talked about them. Navy +6.5 versus North Texas. This is going to be low key one of the better games of the day. If you haven't seen anything on this North Texas team, they can light it up. And all of a sudden, Navy is lighting it up too. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Navy is scoring a lot of points. This could be a game of the day candidate. Navy should be ranked. I think they will be because I think they're gonna beat the Mean Green. So that's my 5 point play. Number four, Notre Dame minus 28.5 versus BC. This is where Notre Dame. This is what they do. They did it last year. They're going to do it this year. It's like they're going to go out there and try to get the style points. This is a rivalry game, so that's going to give them an excuse to go out there and try to beat BC by like 45 points. So give me Notre Dame minus 28.5 versus Boston College. Number three, give me Virginia minus 4.5 versus Cal. Cal is
I'm mad at UVA.
Cal has been scrappy. And boy, Lady Luck has been on Virginia's side heavy, heavy as of late.
You should have lost to North Carolina on that.
Yeah. Like I said, that's what I said. Lady Luck has been on the Cavaliers' side. Look, but number 15 in the polls, but number one in my heart. I love Virginia. I told y'all before the season, I was like, they're gonna win like 8 games. They've won 7 already. Um, but yeah, man, like I think they cover against Cal, but they might win by like a touchdown against Cal because that Cal team is like super scrappy and that young quarterback JKS. If you haven't seen him, he's electric. My number two play, the aforementioned Hayes King and his Georgia Tech team, minus 5.5 versus NC State. NC State got their teeth kicked in by Pitt last week. There's no way around it. Like Pitt just really unloaded on NC State last week. Um, Georgia Tech isn't really good against the run, and quiet is kept. Hollywood Smothers. Brian probably knows this guy because if you're doing your research stuff like that. Hollywood Smothers for NC State. This guy's going to be an NFL running back. He is fantastic. He hits the hole with aggression. He's good in the pass. Um, Tech is riding high, and this game's in Raleigh. NC State is always kind of weird. I think Georgia Tech covers this 5.5, but they just might win by a touchdown. So that's my number two pick. And number one, I will not be explaining why I'm picking this game. I will not elaborate. I will not field any follow up questions. My number one is going to be Wake Forest plus 9.5 versus Florida State.
Plus 9.5.
Plus 9.5 versus Florida State.
Okay. All right.
Let's continue.
I'm gonna stall a little bit more so Villa can finish watching this joint.
I'm good. I'm working here.
Hey, talk to me, big dog. Where's your head
If
at?
Wake Forest gets plus 9.5, then the Fly God is an awesome God. All right. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Shout out Westside. Hey yo, Westside guy.
He was at last 3 dropping Halloween.
Yep, Heel Cena. Listen. My 5-point play, give me Ole Miss minus 12.5 against South Carolina. I like what I saw from Ole Miss. Their offense is humming. Just pick a quarterback, please. 4-point play, Texas Tech 7.5 of KSU. KSU's trash to me.
You said
7.5. Yeah, minus 7.5.
That's one of the games I had on my board. Yep.
I know. If Coach got it, I know I'm in good company. 3-point play. I'm not going to go into detail. Y'all know the games. 3-point play. Georgia Tech minus 5.5 against NC State. I love Georgia Tech, man. I really think they're a good ball club. They will make the playoff this year. My 2-point play. Give me Houston minus 13.5 against West Virginia. Houston, man, the Cougars are coming, man. I think this is a tricky game, but I think they'll get it. My 1-point play, they broke my heart last week, but I'm going to go back to the well. Give me UConn minus 12.5 at home against UAB. That loss against Rice was tough to watch. One, because the announcers are on ESPN Plus suck. It's so horrible to listen to. But there's no reason to lose that game. Even though they were on the road, they should not have lost that game. So I think we'll bounce back, get a 6-win, be bowl eligible. Jim Mara is doing a really good job at UConn. UConn minus 12.5 UAB.
Like it.
Okay. So you went Ole Miss at minus 12.5, Texas Tech at minus 7.5, Georgia Tech at minus 5.5, Houston at minus 13.5, and your boy UConn at 12.5.
That's right. Bet responsibly.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please bet responsibly. Larry, you need some time or you need me to roll?
Nah, I'm good, bro.
Talk to me, man.
Oh, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Breaking news: if you can find it, find it. I'm taking PV over Alabama State. Couldn't find a line on it. PV, Prairie View,
Larry, you gotta say the whole thing. They don't, when you say PV, they don't know what that means, Larry.
I'm taking. How in the hell are you a black guy and you don't know what HBU is?
He's a black guy from Pittsburgh. Like he ain't from Houston. He ain't from the city.
I know, Larry. We the only
the guy who's looking up the spread
HBCU
isn't that black.
that we know up here up north is Hillman.
Howard.
From the Cosby Show.
I know that,
but Hillman is not a real college. Hillman is not a real college.
That's what I'm saying. That we don't know nothing about that, man. Maybe you know. I don't know. It's a different world.
I'm taking Prairie View A&M over
I like it. I like it, Dylan.
Alabama State is favored by 9.5.
Okay.
Jeez.
I'm taking Texas.
Oh, Prairie View plus 9.5.
Plus 9.5, yeah.
Got it.
I'm taking Texas Tech minus 7.5 over K-State.
That's right.
Texas Tech minus what again?
7.5. You just put the line in.
I'm regretting taking this off my board now because
you should put it back. You should put it back, Larry. No.
I'm taking UNC plus 2.5 over Syracuse.
I like that game. That game's gonna be absolute chaos.
There might only be 20 points total scored in that game.
Yeah, that game a rock fight. Literally a rock fight. Yeah.
Final score 6-3.
That's my 3-point play for my. I'm messing up. For my 4-point play, I'm taking Nebraska over USC plus 6.5.
Bad move.
I like
you said it's 2.5 or 6.5. Excuse me.
6.5.
Yeah.
And for my 5-point play, I'm taking Ohio State. That's easy money. My 1-point play, Ohio State over Penn State minus 20.5.
This guy, man.
Be mad, though.
easy money sniper.
He said easy money. Diabolical.
Right.
I think it's funny. I think it's funny that the total in that game is 43. I bet the over. I was like, Ohio's going to have over 43 by themselves.
They're going to work. They're going to work. I'm not even
because you know what they do. Like Ohio State, they do this. They're going to make a point. They're going to pile on because they must. In serious notes, it's like they find a little extra joy in keeping Penn State down. They love putting Penn State in their place, and they're gonna every opportunity they get to put them in their place, they try. And we're saying all this, if Penn State's gonna go out there and beat this.
Yo, let us mess around and shock the world. I'm gonna be uncontrollable.
I'm rooting for it actually. Now I'm rooting for it. Yes. Shock the world. Let's go.
Don't worry. I'll remind you that UCLA beat you guys.
That's all good. For my 5-point play, gentlemen, I'm gonna take a page out of Larry's book here and name some random ass HBCU that I never even heard of.
Oh shit.
We'll talk. So for my 5-point play, give me Vanderbilt minus 2.5 over Texas, plus 2.5 over Texas.
I like that.
Again, I'm not and what Texas is showing me right now. And again, their quarterback situation is in question as we currently sit here today. Since I am not working this game, give me Indiana plus 22.5 over Maryland. We have a disgruntled Ronald Hemby coming back to College Park.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna put in work. Excuse me. Indiana at Jeez, Wes. I can't even talk. 22 and a half. My 3-point play. Something's telling me to leave the UVA alone, so I'm leaving UVA alone right now. But what I will do is take Oklahoma plus 3.5 over Tennessee. That game's gonna be fun to watch. At plus 3.5 because Tennessee's favorite. So that's my 3-point play. Do I mess with? Let's work. My 4-point play. Excuse me. My 2-point play. Excuse me. Is Cincinnati plus 8.5 over Utah.
I got a lot to say about that game, but I'm gonna say that for later in the week. Stay up for that one. Everybody on the East Coast. If you're on the East Coast and you love college football, stay up for that one.
It's gonna be a good one. I cannot wait to watch that one. That line is 8.5 currently. And for my 1-point play, I'm gonna go Purdue plus 25.5 over Michigan.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Purdue plus, I can't even make myself do it. I don't know.
You're dead. What are you talking about?
You know, Purdue and Michigan are playing football Saturday, not basketball, right? Yeah.
Let me come through this one more time. I can't even go over there. I can't even do it with a straight face. Georgia, Florida. Florida's in trouble. No, I can't do that. All right, check this out. Memphis at 13.5 over Rice. So give me Rice plus 13.5. I think Memphis is close. Plus 13.5. So there it is, gentlemen. I got Vandy plus 2.5, Indiana minus 22.5, Oklahoma at plus 3.5, Cincinnati at plus 8.5, and Rice at plus 13.5. All right, so changing gears really quickly. I will get this over to you guys in a minute. Villain, you doing all right, bro? Did I jinx you? I jinxed him. With that being said, man, NFL has come and gone. This week has been nothing short of crazy. I recorded a 10-minute video that I've subsequently cut down to almost 6.5 minutes, and I needed more time. As a Steelers fan, I'm pissed all the way off. But I talk about it in my video that's coming out tomorrow. Prayers up to Cam Scatterbo. That was painful to watch. It was a painful ordeal. And so, but going into coming out of last week and going into, excuse me, going into week number 9, we got to start with what took place in week number 8. Coach, your boys opened up a can. It looks like, man. Talk to me, man. Where's you at?
They didn't open up a can. They played. I feel like they played their best complete game. Finally of the season. This is what the Texans. This is what they can be. And this is why I feel like a lot of people were high on the Texans going into the season because this is what they can be. They looked a lot better up front, which has been the biggest problem for this team. The defense has been okay. It's just like moving the ball, and even still, it's like They weren't perfect on offense. I mean, but like they got themselves a player in Woody Marks. I'll say that. You know, they got them one with Woody Marks. The offensive line, they like, and Brian can speak to this. It's like when you because they played. It's like they looked like a unit finally. Instead of looking like just five guys in front of the quarterback, they played with some cohesion, and you can see that um, during the game against the 49ers. And look, the 49ers are all banged up to hell on defense and like that. So like I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, but it's just it was a good game, and this is what I expect to see from the Texans moving forward. But yeah, I mean, I was happy with what I saw. Like now, the team that plays in the city that I live in, um, Jordan Love completed 20 passes in a
20
row
straight. 20 straight.
at one point in that game.
It was so bad. This brother was throwing off his back foot, shooting fadeaway jumpers, and the ball just falling down in the Christian Watson's
in
hand.
in a NFL game, a quarterback completed 20 passes in a row. But you know what though? Kyle Duggar will fix that.
Yeah, that's gonna fix that. Yeah, good job, Omar Khan. Yay! Prayers up to Sean Elliott, man.
Oh man, and it was on the fadeaway jumper play
Yep,
that Elliott got hurt.
yep. To catch the ball.
Yeah.
So, again, I'm not doing that right now. I need to though. Spinning around, villain, talk to me, man. You can talk Giants. You can talk about what else you saw. By the way, good video about the tush push. I do have a rebuttal for that, which I will get out here in a little bit. But
Got the people talking. Got the people talking about that one.
right now,
The push push is this. It's just poorly officiated. And watch the video. We have all kinds of content out there that you can listen to and watch, but the tush push is poorly officiated. It doesn't seem to be changing. Other teams that do the tush push, I think was it the Steelers or somebody got a false start on it, but the officiating in the Giants, the Giants officiating was atrocious all around. I mean, there was easily 4 or 5 plays that they missed that directly resulted into touchdowns on the next play. That pass interference was the last straw that would have made it a 31-20 game. It was ridiculous. The officials are atrocious. I mean, you look at that Cam Scatterboo injury. That's a hip drop tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, yeah.
Wasn't called. The tush push. I mean, they said forward progress was stopped, and they tried to lie and said they blew the whistle. They didn't blow the whistle. It's a joke. But I'll get off that game because I can go in all day. Let's just say Jonathan Taylor's an MVP candidate, but he doesn't play quarterback.
Well, I mean, his quarterback's also an MVP candidate.
Jonathan Taylor is an MVP quarterback, but he doesn't play quarterback. Let's be real. Like, Daniel Jones is playing really good football. 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Brian, I'm going to kick you out of here. You keep interrupting me for Daniel Jones crap. Okay, I'm going to kick you out of here. Jonathan Taylor is an MVP candidate, and he doesn't play quarterback. I mean, I feel like the MVP is a joke because it only goes to quarterbacks, and I feel it's ridiculously biased. But I think he almost had 3 games with 3 straight games with 3 touchdowns. Like, Jonathan Taylor is in another planet right now. So it's amazing. I don't want to talk about the Packers. I feel bad. I don't want to talk about that game. Shout out to the Jets, man. After a tough Sunday, prayers up to the Mango family. 41 years old, is ridiculously young. That it's around our ages. And it's sad that he made a desperate plea 2 weeks ago for a kidney, and the NFL did absolutely nothing. Did absolutely nothing. They could do a lot of things, but they can't find this guy a kidney. I think that's absolutely
I
sad.
had the audacity to, moment of silence and thoughts and prayers and this, that.
Well, Barry, you're a marketing guy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know how easy it could have been to turn this into a, hey, Nick Mango and his kid, and then let's spread awareness. Hey, everybody at your NFL stadiums on Sunday, here's some information about like kidney donation and organ donation. The NFL could have turned this into a big opportunity, and they didn't. But
it's a shame. And I talked to a guy Sunday when the news broke. I was out and talking to somebody, and they were like, any other job, once you leave your job and retire, it's not their job to give you benefits. But I'm like, but this is different, man. Like, you know what I mean? The NFL, like these guys put their literally their body on the line, and some of them, don't make it, to have a good, comfortable life after retirement. Like I said, the NFL does a lot of things. They're their own police state. It feels like sometimes, and for them to not do anything after a desperate plea for this guy is sad. And I know we talked about it. To see Rex Ryan talk about tough, Nick Mango, just if you have a dry eye, I mean, you just it's just brutal. So, prayers to him, and congratulations to the Jets getting their first win. But how bad are the Bengals defense, man? How bad is that defense? Like 39 points and you lose a game, man. I think they're 1-4 or something like that when they're scoring 38 points. Is ridiculous, man. So, yeah. That's all I got. It's just bad.
How bad is it? Like Atlanta? Can somebody explain the Falcons to me, please?
Oh, the Dolphins.
I mean.
The Falcons or the Dolphins? Because the Falcons, I can't explain the Falcons either.
Beat the brakes off for the Bills and have all these, and then you lose in the manner in which you lost. I understand Kirk Cousins was your quarterback, but you lost in the manner in which you lost, and you refused to give Bijan Robinson the football. Baltimore got off the mat. Beat the Chicago Bears team. They got the Miami Dolphins 2 days from now on Thursday Night Football, so they look like they're trying to right their ship. I said this privately. I'm going to say it publicly. I apologize to you gentlemen that were here last week. I did emphatically poke my chest out and pick the Dallas Cowboys to beat the Denver Broncos. That was dumb. That Dallas Cowboy defense has got to be one of the worst that I've seen in a very long time. And I'm still a fan. We got the 30th ranked defense in the league. And Cincinnati's still playing football. So, wow, I wasn't expecting that from Dallas. I wasn't expecting that.
We were. Yeah, everybody else was.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I did not think that Denver would be able to score the points to hang with Dallas. Because let's keep it a buck. Dallas doesn't play defense, but they can sure as hell score. They can score some offense. They're the number one ranked offense in the league for a reason. So
the offense isn't the problem with the Cowboys. They have a historically bad defense. Yeah. That's the problem with the Cowboys.
The Saints went off and named Tyler Shook the starting quarterback for the remainder of the year, which ho hum. Larry, anything you want to hit before we start picking these games, bro? You on mute, better?
No, the 49ers lost.
Okay. You still in mourning?
No, they injured.
Okay.
Larry, you being a little baby right now. You coming to MetLife to get you some. Come get you some. Come get you some.
Yeah, I'm scared to death of that film, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I made the joke about it in the thread, like, see, Matt, sit this one out, get B-Rob a shot.
Larry, I got him in the spot. Larry, you want to talk about it?
Larry's not talking today.
No, they lost this weekend, and they play your Giants this weekend.
That's what I'm saying. But we can talk. It's a safe space.
We'll see what happens.
Be friends.
What's that?
We'll see what happens.
West Coast team coming east.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that's one of my favorite rivals outside of the division is the 49ers. So
It should be.
that's an 80s.
It should be a fun game. It should be a fun
That's an
game.
old school 80s rivalry right there. All
Old
right, I
school
love it.
80s, 90s.
Love
You
you,
know,
Larry.
Leonard Marshall tried to kill Joe Montana. We all remember that.
Yeah.
So
No,
it's
you
like,
got
yeah.
Jim Burt. Jim Burt is the one that hit in giant in old Meadowlands where he just flattened them. That's the one where LT got the pick and returned it. You ever seen that one? That's the real one.
Gotcha. All right. So with that being said, we got 4 teams on the bye week this week. We got the Cleveland Browns, New York Jets, Philadelphia Eagles, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Those of us that play fantasy, set your lineups accordingly. With that being said, let's start picking these games, gentlemen. Villain, talk to me, man.
I was looking on my phone to send Larry some BBLs or something so he can cheer up. I love you, Larry. I know he went through his whole playlist on Pornhub, so I gotta help him out a little bit there.
Lord have mercy.
I'm trying to get him to laugh. You know he want to laugh. All right. My 5-point play. Give me the Rams minus 13.5 against the Saints. Saints going to try out that new quarterback. That's a butt whooping. 4-point play. Give me Chicago minus 2.5 against the Bengals. If not now, win. They got to put it together, man. They got a squad, man. They can play, man. Caleb Williams, man. I know it's your second year, your first year under Ben Johnson. You're better than this, and you're in a draft with Daniels and Drake May. You got to do better than this. My 3-point play. Give me the Patriots minus 6.5 against the Falcons. Not sure if Penix is going to play, but I don't like what I'm seeing from the Falcons. Patriots are they're like they got the Infinity Gauntlet, man. They're back. You couldn't deal with your failure. What'd that bring you? Right back to me. They're back in charge in the AFC East. My 2-point play, give me the Jaguars minus 3.5 against the Raiders. I forgot the Raiders didn't play last week. I think they forgot too because it's pretty much the same thing. How many first downs did they have against the Chiefs? 2? I don't know.
Two more than I did.
Yeah, 2 more. It was. I don't know. It was bad, man. It was bad. And then my 1-point play, give me the Lions minus 8.5 against the Vikings. I think the Vikings are searching right now for their, I don't know. I think Carson Wentz, they finally put that dog out the pasture, shot him in the back. Put old Yellow down back there. But the Lions are the only thing that could stop them was a bye week. I like them this week at home against the Vikings team.
All right, walking out for me that I missed too.
I know because you left. So Rams minus 13.5, Chicago minus 2.5, Patriots minus 6.5, Jaguars minus 3.5, Lions minus 8.5.
You said Jag minus 3.5?
Yep.
Okay, got it. All right, sounds like a game plan, good sir. We'll get Steve when he gets back in the building. Breaking news.
Do I have a 0 confidence pick? Because I was going to pick the Giants. 0 confidence that they will do anything against them.
Yeah, you could pick the Steelers. We played the Colts this week.
Okay.
Breaking news. Talk to me, Big Dog.
All right. 5-point play. I'm going Seattle minus 2.5 at Washington. I think Seattle's starting to gel. I like the defense. They get after it. And I just haven't seen anything from Washington the last couple games that tells me that they're on the same level with the Seahawks. So I like Seattle minus 2.5. 4-point play. I'm going Denver plus 1.5 at Houston. Houston did look pretty good against San Francisco, but that's because at this point we're on like our 5th string corner and our 6th string starting linebacker. So pretty much everybody's going to look good against us right now till we get healthier. 3-point play. I got New England minus 6.5 versus Atlanta. I don't feel like this needs a lot of talk, but I do think Drake May needs to get a little bit of consideration for MVP, especially the way he's been playing. Nobody's talking about him. It's funny because you go back to that draft class and you listen to the buzz. He's the one quarterback that really no one talked about. he was the one quarterback that everyone was like, maybe he should have stayed in college an extra year. So, with that said, I really like New England. I like what they're doing there, and they're really stacking wins. And Atlanta looks horrific right now. My 2 point play, I'm going Jags -3.5 versus Vegas. I mean, I don't think it needs a lot of explanation. I don't have a lot of faith in Vegas. And then 1 point play, give me the Giants at home +2.5 versus San Francisco.
Giants +2.5. All right, that works. So
Is Brock Purdy coming back?
We don't know yet. They're probably find out tomorrow.
So you got Seattle at -2.5, the Broncos at +1.5, the Pats at -6.5, the Jags at -3.5, and the G-Men at +2.5.
Oh, I forgot to mention the Cowboys.
You wrong for that, sir.
I love watching them play defense, man. That's what I tell my kids. Watch them play defense. That's what you're not supposed to do.
You said, Coach, talk to me, big dog.
All right, so did a little flip flop in here. I am going to now put. Okay, all right. Ravens -8.5 versus the Dolphins. Is my number 5 pick. For various reasons. The Dolphins stink.
By the way.
Lamar's back. The Dolphins stink. I keep saying, is this McDaniel's last stand? And it's like he's another Florida coach who apparently must have pictures or something to somebody because it's like, why have the Dolphins not fired him yet? Anyway, my number 4 pick. This Rams Saints game is gonna get ugly. 13.5. I usually stay away from big lines, but the game's probably gonna get real nasty. So I got that. So then for my 3-point play, Colts -3.5 versus the Steelers. Sorry to all those affected by my pick. Yeah, Colts -3.5 versus the Steelers. My number 2 play, you know what? 49ers -2.5. Traveling east, coming. You know what? Yeah, I like the 49ers. I don't know why. I'm just picking the 49ers just because. And my number 1 pick, Chiefs -1.5 versus the Bills. I think the Chiefs are doing what the Chiefs do, which is rely on the refs. Yeah, the Chiefs are kind of like getting their land legs, so to speak, after kind of like looking a little shaky. This Bills team, look, we everybody saw what they did to the Panthers last week. So they were fresh coming off a bye, I believe. So it's like they were ready to rock. Absolutely destroyed the Panthers. James Cook still running. Florida State guy. But I like the Chiefs to go into Buffalo and get a win. Not just -1.5. I think the Chiefs go and get a win. So I got Ravens as my 5-point play, Rams as my 4-point play, Colts 3-point play, Niners 2-point play, and the Chiefs is my 1-point play.
Thank you so much, sir. Larry Legend, talk to me, big dog. Where'd you head at?
I'm gonna go with my 5-point play. I'm taking the Patriots over the Falcons -6.5.
Okay.
With my 4-point play, I'm taking the Lions -8.5 over the Vikings.
You did the Lions -8.5. Okay.
Yeah. With my 3-point play, I'm taking the Bears over the Bengals -2.5. With my 4-point play, I'm taking the Cardinals +2.5 over the Cowboys.
Oh wow. Cardinals +2.5.
Yep.
Okay.
And with my 1-point play, I'm taking the Bills over the Chiefs +1.1.5.
All right, so you got the Pats -6.5, Lions -8.5, Bears -2.5, Cardinals +2.5, and the Bills at 1.5.
Plus 2.5. Plus 2.5 on the Bills. I mean, 1.5 on the Bills.
1.5.
Yeah.
But yeah, plus
They're the underdog.
Yeah.
I got it the other way. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. For mine, gentlemen, I'm gonna make it short and sweet. I got my 5-point play here. Ravens at minus 7.5. I think this gets ugly quickly. I think Lamar and Henry run wild. My 4-point play is the Packers at it's minus 12.5, so it's minus 12.5 over the Carolina Panthers. For my 3-point play, I want to mess with that Seattle Washington game, but I'm working it, so I can't.
Yeah, like he doing the commentator, the play-by-play or some shit.
Yo, so I'm trying to.
I'm working that game, so I can't pick that game.
I love how he drops the Herb Street type. Well, I'm working this game, so
so let me take myself off camera so I don't have to be implicated in this game in any way.
Herbie's doing the LSU Texas A&M game, so he can't pick this one.
I'm trying to get sponsors, man. I had to sign the nerve. But anywho, for my 3-point play, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Give me Houston at minus 1.5 over Denver. I may have jumped back on this Texans bandwagon. And Houston's at home. So what we will see. My 2-point play, give me the Chargers at minus 9.5 over the Tennessee Titans. This Titan team is broken. And
love to see it.
They're minus 9.5. And for my 1-point play, I think it's everybody's 1-point play, but I feel like hooping. Give me Kansas City minus 1.5.
There we go.
So for my 5 gentlemen, I went with the Ravens at minus 7.5, the Packers at minus 12.5, Houston at minus 1.5, Chargers at minus 9.5, and these Kansas City Chiefs at minus 1.5. Anything else we want to hit today, gentlemen, before we get out of here? Let's run around the bend. Villain, talk to me. You good?
No, I mean, I think we hit it all, man. Referees suck. I wish they would do their job. They don't. They suck, and they're at zero accountability. So it is what it is. Look after your fantasy team. I know it's going to be tough out there. Make sure you change your lineups. Larry. Fucking head up.
This man has been in his phone the entire show.
Shit. Worse than my wife.
Yeah.
He looked like at me this Sunday at a kid's birthday party. It's steady in my phone. That's all I got, man.
All right, cool. Breaking news. You want to hit anything before we get out of here, big dog?
No, I'm good, man.
All right, Larry, you good?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
All right, Coach, you good?
Real quick, the NCAA, they thought about it and it's like, you know what? Maybe it isn't smart to let these kids gamble on pro sports.
Yeah,
of course.
That's all right.
Bottom of the 9th, 6-1 still. Toronto is leading the LA Dodgers, so we're gonna have a 2-2 series. In the World Series, we haven't really touched hockey too much, but that season is kicked off and is running around pretty well.
Frozen Frenzy today.
Yeah, man.
All 32 teams playing. Rangers stink. That's all I know.
It's weird, man. The Pittsburgh
can't score. Rangers can't freaking score. I'm done.
So my pet little penguin. doing anything right now. My pet penguins are doing anything right now, so I'm proud of
Hey, the young Red Wings are coming.
Oh yeah, they're coming.
just saying, they had to fall back for a couple years, but the young Red Wings
They got Steve Eisenman Jr. or something. What the hell?
ahead of schedule. This was a 5-year project. They are 2 years ahead of schedule, so things are looking up in Hockey Town so far. So good.
It's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good. We can. I want to talk a little bit more about them. I need to get Chandler back in the building for that. But yeah, Red Wings are balling, man. They're 7-3 right now. You know what I'm saying? Pittsburgh is doing Pittsburgh things, 7-2. Right behind them are them Caps. So it's gonna be fun. So with that being said, let's get everybody out of here, man. Breaking news. Get us plugging close. Let me shut it down, big homie.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. Appreciate you guys having me on. It's always a pleasure. Breakdown sports. Tune in. Episodes every Tuesday night. Like Sirius said, make sure you check and follow us on socials. Coach, Villain, uh, Sirius. They drop content. I know I've been consuming it. So keep checking it out. It's good stuff. See you guys next week.
Appreciate you, big dog. Thanks for coming out, kick it with us, man. Coach, you know what to do, man. Get us out of here, big dog.
All right, it's simple. It's like we said. It's not like a punchline. We mean it. It's like if you see the link, you see our videos, you see our posts, like share them, conversate with us. It's like drop a comment. It's very important. Drop a comment, like kind of stimulate the conversation a little bit. Yeah, it's just make sure you downloading everything on Spotify, like Instagram, X, everything like that. So you already know. Look, once again, big ups to the people in Jamaica. So even though things are hard down there for the island, God is good.
All the time.
Make sure you drink your water. Larry, especially. Larry might need to hydrate a little bit later. Um, I'm trying to interact with you, Larry. Anyway, no. And of course,
Why don't you talk to me?
Why can't we?
Why would you talk to me?
Anyway, get them dubs up. Wu-Tang, Larry.
Put the damn W up.
All right, y'all. Peace. Backstage Vision is tomorrow night.
Larry, get us out of here, big homie.
I'm out, bro.
I appreciate you, homie. Villain, get us out of here, homie.
All right, I'm out, man. Listen, do what you gotta do. We're all over the place. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Meta, all that good stuff, man.
Yeah.
We got shows all week. We got the rest of the show tomorrow. We have doing great things. So keep with us, man. All right.
Appreciate you, big dog. Thank you so much, man. Yo, it's your boy Sirius repping now 412 and the 703. Such a privilege and a pleasure doing this show with these gentlemen, man. As they already alluded to, check us out all across all our social media platforms, man. We're doing big things at big places. And as I always say, want to take everybody along for the journey. On tomorrow, we got Backstage Business, man, wrestling podcast, talking about everything around the world of WWE and TNA. We may throw some AEW in there a little bit, but we're definitely talking about everything around the world of WWE. There's a lot going on. There's a PLE coming up this upcoming Saturday. Saturday night's main event that we're definitely going to break down. I do believe Travis, a.k.a. Wicked Bitter, is going to be in the building with us tomorrow. It's always a fun time with that Boston Red Sox fan in the building with us. With that being said, man, I always close out my shows like this, man. God is good, even though sometimes people are not. God bless you. Catch you guys on the next one, man. Prayers up for Jamaica, man. Peace.